There is a supernatural world that surrounds us, and sometimes it manifests to people like you and me. You'll hear stories about this and so much more right here on Supernatural Confrontations. So we're joined by Tracy McAllister today. She's got a very interesting testimony, although I have not yet heard it, but it's about angelic visitations. Remember, Paul tells us that some of us have entertained angels unawares. I've experienced it once, and it was life-altering. So we'll get into her testimony, but first, a word from our trusted sponsor. The U.S. dollar has lost 85% of its value since the 1970s when the dollar decoupled from gold, and the government seems bent on continuing the tradition. From now until after the next elections, the government can print as much money as they want. The last time they did that, folks, inflation went up 9%. This means one thing: the security of your future and your family's future is all in your hands. Make sure you freeze the value of your wealth you are holding. Invest in gold with Noble Gold Investments. Gold is the one asset that is proven to withstand recession, inflation, and just about all economic threats. Noble Gold Investments is here to help you if you want to invest in gold. You will also get a 24-karat quarter-ounce gold standard coin for free. Folks, go to noblegoldinvestments.com. That's noblegoldinvestments.com. Tell them you heard it on L.A. Marzulli's show. We believe in it. We've invested a portion of our life savings in gold, and boy, folks, I am glad we did. Tracy, thanks so much. Hi, thanks so much for joining us today. So tell us what happened. Give us your testimony.
I've had actually, I told John Adams that I had 3. I was thinking a little bit more about it, and I believe I've had 4. The first one, I was in my early 20s, and I was living in rural Alabama with my husband at the time. We had just had a baby boy, and he had a falling out with his parents. He worked for a family business. So we were pretty much 100% dependent on the family business for our income. And so he tried to go out on his own. Things didn't work out. And but he would leave me at the house in the middle of rural Alabama. I mean, like the closest town was 25 minutes away. I had no vehicle. We were living on the family farm, which was an 800-acre farm.
Wow.
And so here I am with this little baby. Our electricity was off. All we had was a gas stove. And that was like early November. And Alabama gets cold. Mm-hmm. You know, it may not snow a whole lot, but it gets very cold. And so I'm literally in this house, no electricity, and I just have me and the baby, and no way to go anywhere. And I remember holding him, and I was literally starving, you know. So my milk production wasn't providing a whole lot, and I had just finished giving him his last bottle. And I cried and cried, and I prayed. And about 20 minutes later, there's a knock on the door.
Wait, I gotta stop you. It's just, here we go. I mean, I love stories like this because you're out in the middle of nowhere, right? And then there's a knock on the door.
Nowhere.
Right, okay.
Literally keeping the house warm with our gas stove. So I open the door, and there is a UPS man there. Okay, I mean, he is literally, you know, average looking, about 5'8", and just average looking. And he has a box, and he goes, I said, I didn't order anything. And And then he says to me, he's like, well, I deliver a lot of these, and you must have filled something out at your obstetrician's office because they give moms free boxes of formula. And he literally gave me this box with about 6 cans of formula. And it happened to be his formula. And I grabbed the box, turned, set it on the island. And like the island is like right next to the door. And I turn, and he's gone. He is gone. And from my front porch to the road, it's probably a quarter mile.
Wow.
And it's a straight visual. I mean, you can see straight to the road. I mean, we're so far out in sticks that we had to take our garbage into town. That's how far out in sticks we were. So, I believe that was an angel.
Well, let me just stop you right there, because that's just an amazing story. So you never saw the UPS truck, right?
No.
So
No, I didn't see the truck.
And from your porch, you can see to the road, which is a quarter mile away. So you've got the box. You do this. I'm going to reenact it. So you've got the box. Thank you, sir. You turn like this. You set it on the island. You turn back. That's all of 5 seconds at the most, and presto, he's gone.
And it's a good probably, I don't know, if you've got a truck and you're going a quarter mile, you're talking at least 5 to 10 seconds, right?
Oh, to go a quarter mile, a lot more than 5 seconds. A lot more than 5 seconds.
So there was nothing there.
Right.
So, I counted that as a blessing, and I thanked Jesus, and I was just so thankful. And because that was a very difficult time in our life. Needless to say, we got divorced. But I ended up moving back up here to Michigan and went to nursing school and became self-sufficient.
Wow.
That was the first, I believe, someone once told me that God hears mother's prayers first. I've heard that before. Yeah,
that's extra biblical, but you know what? There may be a lot of truth to that, because, what is more, when a woman has a child and there's no man around, like in your case, you've got a defenseless baby who depends on the mother for everything. And then you're really, you're tied to the child. So yeah, I mean, there may be a lot of truth to that. And I just think the Lord sends his angels, and, thank God for that. I realize some of you out there won't believe any of this, and that's okay. But we know that this is the way things work for those of us who love God. And, thanks so much for coming on the record. Just folks, real quick, there's the 5-box DVD set. It's available LAMarzulli.net, LAMarzulli.net. At the end of July, I will be at the Go Therefore conference in Ohio. Please check it out. The link is on our website, LAMarzulli.net. Thanks so much for watching Supernatural Confrontations. Remember, there is a supernatural world that surrounds us, and sometimes it manifests to people like you and me. Thanks for watching.